Yes, I am.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. How's everybody doing?
Good. Thanks for your patience. We're running a little bit behind, so we'll go ahead and get started. If you want to
Sure.
just have an opening statement about your team, what you've seen in practice so far, and what you expect this season.
Sure.
Thanks.
No problem. This season has actually started for us in August, as we were fortunate enough to take a foreign trip over to Sweden and Norway and make use of a new NCAA rule that allowed us to take the freshmen as well. So we actually got a bit of a head start. So it's been a good process for us. We the freshmen, we have 5 freshmen, and at this point in time we have 5 upperclassmen as well. So it's been an interesting practice time. It's been a process in trying to get the freshmen to come along and meet up with the upperclassmen. But things have been going really well. The team's playing with a lot of energy, practicing with a lot of energy, and seems to get better every day. So I think we have a lot of nice parts. It's just a matter of getting them all together here before the season gets underway.
Okay, thanks. We'll go ahead and open it up to media. You're reminded that press star 1 to ask questions, and please introduce yourself prior to asking. Thank you.
Once again, it is star 1 if you have a question today.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I do have a question now.
Okay.
That comes from Shane White from 1660 Information Radio.
Good morning, Coach.
Good morning.
So far, you were able to get an early start there in August with your players. How important has that been to bringing in what looks to be a very diverse recruiting class from all different parts of the country, and looks like a variety of positions and sizes? How has that been in kind of playing around with some of your combinations?
I thought it was one of the best experiences that we could have hoped for. I mean, you can't plan it any better than what we had happen. Bringing them in from like you said, just a variety of locations, personalities, trying to blend with a team that had a lot of parts already here. The beauty of it is that we took everybody out of their comfort zone, including the upperclassmen. They all left their cell phones. They didn't have the comforts of their home. They had to go out into a foreign world, a foreign language, different money, different food, and they had to get along together and speak to each other. And we've generally not had that problem anyway, but it really forced the hand of the freshmen and the upperclassmen to come together very, very quickly. And I think it's really paid dividends here as we've moved forward throughout the real season. It's been a tremendous asset for us, and I think the advantage will actually pay off as we get to conference play. So we're looking forward to that.
Had a great postseason last year, and fantastic win over Delaware, and then a relatively close game against Syracuse in the end there in the WNIT, having to play on their home court.
Right.
Can you talk a little bit about how that experience, kind of how the upperclassmen kind of translate that experience to the first-year players?
Yeah, it's difficult. I think where there is a bit of a difficulty in it, and that is, when you play overseas, the freshmen kind of got a false idea of what competition's going to be like here in the United States and at the college level. They haven't played a Xavier, they haven't played a Dayton, they haven't played those guys, and so trying to tell them, hey, listen, when you step out on the court here, the intensity level rises. It's not like it was over there. So that's been an interesting process. Where our basketball team has gone is we've taken the WNIT postseason from last year and the year before and tried to use it as motivation to go further. We're quite honestly, we want more than the WNIT, and so basically we've kind of pushed the freshmen beyond the thought of, hey, we're just going to postseason. We want to get to the NCAA tournament. And so that's kind of been our mentality, and our upperclassmen have been hard at work working to get themselves better and also trying to show the freshmen the way to do that.
Excellent. Thank you, Coach.
You're welcome.
And I have another question from Patrick Dillard from Sports Radio 1030.
Okay.
Coach, you mentioned those, I think, 5 freshmen you said coming in this year. How much do you rely on your upperclassmen to kind of show them the way and get them up to speed on what you guys are doing?
I think they're pivotal. It's their responsibility as well as the coaching staff. But there's so much that happens inside of a locker room that the coaches don't know about. So much is said, so much is taught to freshmen that you hope is being the right message is being sent. I feel confident with the players that we have returning that the right message is being sent. Those upperclassmen took it upon themselves last spring to become tougher, to become stronger, and to work on their games and to work on being a better team. The reality is that once we moved into season time, once we moved to September and October here for us, there are no excuses and they're not making any. They've taken responsibility for their actions, and they're taking responsibility for the freshmen and making the freshmen take accountability for their actions as well. So I've been really, really pleased with our upperclassmen, and they've done a great job of taking responsibility for the team.
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I have no further questions at this time.
Okay.
All right, Coach. The A-10 has consistently put multiple teams in the NCAA tournament, the WNIT. I know you spoke briefly about how you wanted to go to the NCAA tournament. What are your goals for this season in regards to conference play to get your team back there?
We want to try to win every basketball game in the A-10. We figure if we do that, we got a pretty good shot.
I like that. That's very good.
Good answer, right? Honestly, I think the more you look at our conference, I've talked to several coaches in our league already, and they're like, how's your A-10 schedule look? Hard. What do you want to do? Every team that's in the league is good, and they're getting better. Our league is, I think, and this is kind of a bad statement to say, but I think we're vastly underrated. I think we're very, very good. I think there's a lot of talent in this league. I think there's a lot of very good coaches and a lot of very good players. Our basketball team has to accept the challenge and understand that this league on a nightly basis is incredibly difficult. And if you miss a game, if you take one game off, then all of a sudden you can go from being in fourth to finishing ninth. And that's the reality of it. And if you finish ninth, you're not going to the NCAA tournament. So we've got to make sure that each game is the most important game that we play. And I know that's coach speak, and I hate to do that, but I think it's a matter of toughness, and it's a matter of focus and handling adversity, and that's what our basketball team has worked to get better at this preseason.
All right. Well, Coach, thank you for being on with us today, and best of luck to you and the Spiders this season.
Great. Well, thank you very much.